Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and today Apple released iOS 18.3 RC. Now this update was released alongside iPadOS 18.3 RC, macOS 15.3 RC, tvOS and HomePodOS 18.3 RC, and also visionOS 2.3 RC. They also released updates for older software like iOS 17.7.4 RC as well. Or that might just be iPadOS 17.7.4 RC. But I am not running the iOS 18.3 RC as I'm not in the beta program. I am on iOS 18.2.1, but I am going to talk about what's new in iOS 18.3 RC. Now, I will briefly mention some of the features that we've had throughout the betas. And the first feature that I will mention is in calculators. So if I go into calculators here and I type in an equation, let's do 14 plus 23, you can now press the equal sign as many times as you want. Apparently, this feature used to exist before iOS 18, then Apple removed it, and now they brought it back with iOS 18.3. So if you put in an equation, you hit the equal sign, you can press the equal sign as many times as you want within that update. Also, in the Home app, you now have support for robot vacuums, and I think these features, these are for all iPhones, the slight update to calculator and the robot vacuum support within the Home app. Now, there is an update to visual intelligence on the iPhone 16 models. If you go into the iPhone 16's camera control button, now I have an iPhone 12, so I won't be able to show this even if I were on the RC. But if you have an iPhone 16 and you take a picture of a calendar event, it will now recognize that and put it in your calendar. It will mark it as an event. It will also recognize plants and animals as well. And also, the camera control icon has a slight update where it looks more like sort of resembling an iPhone, sort of a cropped iPhone with sort of a arrow next to it indicating the camera. We also have italicized notifications. I have a little bit of an idea of what this means. If I take a look here, there is a sort of a logo next to the word. That's the only difference I can tell. So you have an arrow with two lines sticking out of it. And that's the only indicator I can tell that the notifications are in italicized. You do have italicized notifications in this update. Now, as far as wallpapers, unfortunately, we did not get any new wallpapers this time with iOS 18.3. A little disappointing, as I would hope we get some new Unity wallpapers. However, this year, we did not get any new wallpapers. Also, if I go into Safari and take a screenshot, now this won't show up for me as I'm on iOS 18.2.1, but I will be sure to show this off in iOS 18.3. If we go to a full screen, full page screenshot, and then we crop the screenshot, so say we crop the screenshot, and then we press done, we're going to get a message when we press the done button. if you try to save the full-page screenshot. As far as anything else from Apple, well, this lets us know when to expect the final release. However, I will mention something because this happened with iOS 18.2. While it is very rare, it could happen. If there are any bugs found in iOS 18.3, this current RC version, we could have an RC2. Usually when that happens, we still get the update that next week, but it's pushed later in the week. So with iOS 18.2, it ended up releasing on December 11th. And that was because on December 9th, we had the RC2. So if we have a second RC, probably later in the week, we still could have iOS 18.3, or if we have an RC2 on Monday, we will have the release of iOS 18.3 on January 29th. But if we don't have an RC2, then we're going to have iOS 18.3 released to the public on January 27th. And of course, when that does happen, I will make a video going over all of the changes in iOS 18.3. So hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I will see you guys later.